Alright guys, what's up? And today we're going to be talking about barriers. And a lot of people keep wanting me to talk about it and like why I don't like certain barriers and why I go with certain things and why do I automatically cancel barriers. And alright, so here's the thing. When the game originally came out, they originally had one barrier idea, and it's like they decided that the barrier idea was too strong, so they wanted to make it more of a passive. Now, the problem with that is that when you make it a passive, or when they made it a passive, that then made, let's go right in here, that then made it automatically start according to whoever was faster. So whoever was faster as far as initiative, the way it works is, okay, when you have the initiative, the person on the other side, if they're slower, they'll go first, which I know is like freaking confusing, but that's just the way it is. They'll go first, and then if your initiative is higher or as a team, then you'll go last, and then you'll cancel it. The way that you can actually negate that is if you have a manual barrier. Now, that's one of the reasons why I like having a manual barrier character in my team, because a lot of people have barriers now. So you have Kazekage Gaara, who has a barrier. You have Mei, who has a passive barrier, and they're called auto barriers. And you have Danzo, who has a passive barrier. You have Dari has a passive barrier. Who else has a passive barrier? Let's see, go down. Who else has a passive barrier? Oniki has a passive barrier. Keep on going here. I don't think you have a passive barrier. No, he doesn't. But you guys get the gist of what I'm saying right now. They have these barriers that come out passively. And here's the thing. Majority of the time in PvP, that barrier would not stay. Especially in things like ranked battle. And ranked battle, you're always going to have, people canceling barrier. People use Sasuke a lot. People use normal Gaara a lot when they don't have the Kazekage version. And then people on top of that have Hiroshima the same way I have him. So what I do basically is I put him in the fourth slot and not fast on purpose. I keep him, and you're going to be like, Sion, well, why you do that? But I keep him at the baseline 125 and the refinement speed because I want him to be last. Directly want him to be last because I want to cancel every single one of these bastards' barriers. Every single one. I want them gone because they never come back after that. Once they go out for the first time like that, if something happens and you get if you have a manual barrier, like with Sasuke or normal Gaara, or even Hiroshima, and just anybody who can be initiated with a barrier. Even Haku can cancel it in the last slot. That's why I always have him last. It works the same way in ranked battle. I'll show you in ranked battle what I do in ranked battle. It works the same way, and what I end up having to happen is I want him last. And the way that it works is because he is naturally in the fourth slot there, he has the same gear that I have in the fourth slot. So he will be last. And I know you guys but then that means that you substitute the damage. Yes, I do substitute the damage in ranked battle because all 12 of these people are going to go before him and do their attack. So if they do anything, they're not going to be buffed by the world, but it doesn't matter because majority of them are not Konoha or Ninja to begin with, so that kind of doesn't really matter. But I still want the tree world out because I don't want the other side's BS there too, because they're more than likely going to have a barrier. So that's how you negate other people's barriers. If you really want to try to negate it, you can't do it with a passive barrier unless you're faster. It's just not going to happen. If the majority of the time you're going to fight people who are stronger and they're going to be faster than you, so they're going to go after you and cancel your barriers. Now, me in general, I barrier dance. I've learned this in China, which was, I thought, ingenious because I like the stance dance in certain games, so I thought this was pretty good. So initially, the first person up in my team who's probably going to barrier is going to be Mei, which actually... No, it's not going to be Mei. It's going to be Kazekage Gaara. This is because he's just the spot he is, and it depends also on what the other side does. But what I want initially to happen is I want him to actually launch barriers. As you can see, he launched the barrier, increases the 40% attack attributes and when, and moreover will generate a shield for 2 ninja based off the 40%. Now he's going to do that regardless. It's going to get canceled, it's fine, but the shields don't get canceled. It's fine that sand style barrier gets canceled because most likely on the other side somebody might cancel it too. But he still does the barrier. He's still going to do that resistance. Now, here's the thing. When Mei does it, unfortunately, if she doesn't get enough time, she won't do the poisoning. And I've seen it for whatever reason it happens, but she won't do the poisoning, and then most likely she's not going to get to because bad boy Hashirama is in the 4th slot and he's going to just do his wood style tree deep forest emergence and he's going to cancel it, which is fine because that's what I want to happen. I want him to cancel the other side's barrier and not have to deal with that bullshit, especially if somehow, some way somebody manages to kill either Gaara or Sage Naruto. If they somehow manage to do that, then you have Orochimaru chilling right there, who is going to bring out another version of Hashirama, who is going to be a clone, and then he's going to bring out the shield, the wood tree barrier, and then on top of that, stun people. But if anybody on the other side has like if they have a Gaara or if they have a Sasuke or something like that, and they want to try to get that barrier out, that's it. He's going to cancel that. So that's kind of like how you negate barriers. Now, the thing is, when it comes to these barriers is I typically go out of here. I gotta fight my way back up. Alright. I typically tell people don't build around barriers. Because unless you're going to be using it in PvE. In PvP, it is not good to build around the barrier at all. It's just not. Because there's a good chance that somebody will somehow cancel it or stop it. And then you have like an entire slot that's useless. I'm not going to build around that. Which is why in China I have the team that I have. The team is built around synergy and combos and being able to fight and nail people with those combos if somebody is taken out. I build around that. I don't build around the barrier because that's not efficient. It's only efficient in PvE. Ranked battle and everything else like that. I see people doing it and I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm just not doing it. That's just me, in my opinion on it. If I was going to build when I build around the barrier, I build around the barrier for PvE to do PvE content. But when it comes to PvP, I want a very bendable but not breakable team that can't be shut down by any one thing. I want multiple elements. Like the game has a combo system that everybody can combo. Like this is just, I don't understand why people do that, because like this isn't here just for you not to use it. This is here to kind of like reiterate to you, hey, just because he's lightning and he's wind and this is earth doesn't necessarily mean that they can't combo together. They can combo together, like, work it out. And then you see her, she can't really combo with them, but you can get like I need to get a certain summon, and then she can. That's what this system was meant to do. When we only build around barriers, we're actually breaking part of the game that we were actually meant to use. So it's kind of like, I'm like, I understand the game is putting these barriers there, and then, it looks like you're really supposed to just build around that, but you're kind of really not. That's just one part. It's like one build, and it's not actually even the most efficient way to do it. So, I guess it's up to you guys. Like, you'll see a lot of people that they're just... They're going for the DPS and everything else like that, but we're going to get so tanky and have so much health and defense at a point where you're not going to kill people. You're not going to kill people first round like that, which is why Danzo is a pretty good badass, because if you're a blitz and you don't kill somebody first round, he could be like, okay, well, we're not going to kill somebody first round. Now we don't have anybody to heal. We don't have anybody to break us out of anything. And the other guy's attacking now, and he's a little bit tanky, so I think like Lightning Main or whoever's in front of us, Mabuya is about to die. Let me hit that rewind real quick and save them. And that's kind of what Danzo is pretty good at. That's just, and again, that's one build style. People are doing it in S1 right now. They kind of like they're going for the blitz, and then if it doesn't work, you know, a skillful Izanagi, you know, basically to see if they can save the fight, which is cool. But that's too much of a razor's edge for me. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not. We ain't doing all that. Like I need a team that could bend, and then I can bust a little bit of ass. But that's how you handle barriers. That's pretty much how barriers work. Barriers are excellent in PvE, and they can be excellent in PvP if you have high initiative and can take full advantage of it. That's pretty much the baseline for barriers like that, and it will work if you're pay to win. That's the thing. If you're pay to win and you got high initiative, power to you. You're gonna nail people. People are not gonna be able to do a whole lot with you, and they're gonna have to fight you within that field unless they break the field with the manual. So, you know, there you go. And I hope you guys understand it, and just build some good teams. I want to see some good teams. I don't want to, and I'm not even really this. I don't think S1 is even doing better right now. That's the wrong one. Let's go right here. I think they're just all doing the whole Danzo thing. Well, no, she's not. She's being a little bit different. Lady Nikki's being different. That's different. You go, Lady Nikki. Oh, wait, yeah, you go. I like that. He's on the Danzo kick. Yep. And enemies, I think he's on the Danzo kick. Yep. Go here. Let's look. View information. Okay, 11 is being different. I like that team. That's a different team. That's a cool team. Ultimus, what Ultimus is doing? Ultimus is doing that front line. Like, yep, that looks pretty cool too. I didn't want to do that. Who's Tsuki? I don't even know who that is. Somebody changed their name. They're doing the Danzo kick. Tycons. You put an ecstasy. Okay, Tycons is being different. Okay, you go Tycons. JTN. Alright, JTN. Got a 10-10 up in there. Okay, you actually, this is like Blitz right here. That's risky. I don't even know what that name is supposed to be. This is a little bit less risky, but interesting team. I can see that. Like it. We got some parity going on in here. I like this. I like this S1. You're doing nice. Got some parity. Lightning Main is just like, and people was arguing with me, and I was like, Lightning Main is in game. It just is. And people was arguing with me like, it ain't in game. Look, it's Earth and everything else. And then for a little while, people was using fire because fire was broke as all hell. But yeah, it's gonna be like this for a while too. It's not gonna change anytime soon. It's gonna be lightning, because it's just easier overall to use and actually cheaper than most mains. You could use any main that you want to, but lightning is probably the cheapest at upkeep to actually do. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys with barrier. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy how to stop it. Like if you're not fast enough and you can't, you just throw a Sasuke 4th slot. Though Gaara being 4th slot is kind of stupid, but you can still kind of put Gaara like 1st or 2nd slot and just don't use the barrier the first round. And you can get away with that. Like I said, Haku works a little bit like that too. Throw Haku out there if you don't. Well, if you have Sasuke, there's no reason to even use Haku like that. So forget I even said that. But that's about it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And nice job, S1. I liked looking at that top 10. I haven't looked at it in a while, so you guys are doing good when it comes to some parity going on. So I will catch you guys later. Peace.